Yo, what's going on? We're back again with another podcast episode, and I'm really excited for this guest to today's episode. It's my guy Jay. We've been kind of messaging back and forth in Instagram, but I've been seeing you crushing TikTok, and I was like, yo, I gotta invite this guy. This guy I know what's doing, and then your foods are insane, man. Like, I've been watching them, and but yeah, I kind of wanna leave you the floor and yeah, go from there. I'm really glad to have you here in the podcast, man.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate you inviting me. So basically, my name is Jay. I'm from Ireland. I'm 22, and I sound like I'm going on a dating show, but I'm not. Like this. This is just me. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like TikTok is definitely the thing that kind of has taken me off. I've done Instagram for a while, but never really seen it as a platform to like catapult off. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, TikTok has definitely changed the way I use social media. I'm sure everyone, the way I use social
Mm-hmm.
media, the way I
Mm-hmm.
promote my business on social media. Like I own a digital marketing agency, and TikTok is I probably owe everything to TikTok for all my business. It's absolutely an insane app, and it's taken over. Like it's crazy. The growth from when it first started to now is just extraordinary. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I'm just very, very simple. I like eating food. Like
Yeah.
making money. I'm real like entrepreneur kind of mindset, business
Mm-hmm.
mindset. That's what like I would see as my background. You know, I'm working. I'm an electrical engineer. That's my
Yeah.
full time job at the minute, and that's my
Yeah.
life. Really, it's not
Yeah.
really too interesting to be honest with you, other than
Yeah.
outside business and eating loads of food. So
Yeah, man. So let's do this. I want to get into like what your whole background on what's made you lead to this point onwards now, because you said you're doing marketing agency and what made you interested on like the whole industry in general. Like when did you start like recording videos in TikTok or just testing it out? But tell me more about your background, man. I want to know you. It's our first time talking, so I want to know more about who Jay was. The come up, like I know, I'm pretty sure you still have some stuff. You have aspirations. So let's start at the beginning and then the present.
perfect. Yeah. So like just a normal fucking kid from Ireland. Do you know what I mean? I'm from Dublin in Ireland, which a lot of people
Yeah,
probably recognize because it's the capital. Like, and no one knows anywhere else in Ireland because it's like a fucking just a different society. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I think I've always had like a business kind of background. Do you know what I mean? Not even a business background, kind of a business vision and like that mind. Do you know what I mean? And kind of a
Mm,
really always looking to make money, always trying to like better myself and improve everything that I do, and like just try and have like from a very early age. I think I've definitely had a like entrepreneurial kind of mindset and what I want to do, and I've kind of been set very early on of what I want to achieve in life. But like in school and all that kind of stuff, school, like I'm sure for a lot of people, school is just not for them. Like it wasn't for me. Like I just had
yeah.
no interest, wanted to get out as quick as I could. I think I was out of school more than I was in school, to be honest with you. But it just
Mm,
goes to show though, like it doesn't matter. Like the whole education system is just it's just there. Do you know what I mean? And you just have to do it. Like it doesn't define you. I don't think personally, and because
yeah.
like I would have been went to school with a lot of people, and I would have been that person that everyone was like, oh yeah, like they're not gonna do nothing with life. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
real like the odds were like if you look at it in like realistic terms, the odds were against me because I wasn't the best in school. Now I wasn't the worst. Do you know what I mean? Like I did
Yeah.
well. Do you know, I
Mm,
just didn't have like a passion for it. Let's say, and yeah, like I would have been the person that you would have looked at and said, nah, nah, not they're just not going to do anything in life, not achieve anything, and I've probably achieved more than everything, more than most of the people that were in my kind of, you would say grade, so I'd say year,
yeah,
um,
yeah. Your class,
and,
pretty much. Yeah, we
yeah,
call it
class, yeah.
class here in US.
So yeah, like it's crazy. And then obviously after school went and I'm doing an apprenticeship now in electrical engineering, which is a very like well decorated kind of career. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
Mm,
really like even at that, like with school, like you wouldn't have thought I would go on to do this and that. Like I think it all like kind of depends what you want to get out of life. Do you know what I mean? Like I
mm.
think you can really genuinely dictate your future. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
And
100%.
and yeah, like that's really it. And obviously found out that I liked obviously having sales. Like I've worked in jobs that have been like sales based in like I
Okay.
don't know. Do you have in the States JD Sports? I know there's
Huh?
one in New York. Do you ever hear JD Sports?
JD. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I remember JD
Yeah,
Sports
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's really big, like say in the UK and Ireland, and
Okay.
they have like loads of stores in like the UK and Ireland, and I worked there for a while, and that was kind of real sales based, selling obviously clothes and footwear and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then like any job that I've kind of really had has been like in the sales kind of industry, so I definitely found a kind of love for it and a real kind of drive to like get sales and crush numbers and really
Yeah.
like get like really have a good performance kind of background behind me. Do you know what I mean? And surround myself with people that wanted that kind of stuff, which is very,
Mhm.
very hard. By the way, I want to just say that in Ireland, there's a lot of people in Ireland that just wouldn't want number one, see you do well. Do you know what I mean? I think there's an awful lot of people, like say content creators and all that kind of stuff, that will probably agree with me on this, that like everyone, once you try and start doing something, everyone's like, well, who the fuck do you think you are? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
No, we
what
get that a
makes you
lot,
better
man.
than us?
Uh,
But yeah, other than that, like I'm here now. Obviously, the thing that has taken me, the reason why I'm here is TikTok. Do you know what I mean? And it's
yeah.
definitely changed. Like you could say it has changed my life. Do you know what I mean? Because I think I would have found a way either or, but I think TikTok has definitely helped me accelerate that to like leaps and bounds. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. And when did he start posting? When did he start posting videos on TikTok?
I was actually, to be honest with you, I was late to TikTok. Like obviously, no one could be late now. You could still start today and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
gain thousands and
Yeah,
thousands of followers overnight. Like,
I got a buddy
um,
who started like a few days ago, and he's traveling right now and everything, and literally he got in overnight. He got like 100,000 followers, like a 3.7 likes million likes. It's a
Jesus.
traveling account, and then he only posted 11 videos. I'm like, what?
It's crazy, bro. But like that's what it is. But I always say to like even potential clients or clients that are coming on, like you only need to be right once. Do you know what I mean? For a whole
Yeah.
video to just take off and change their life, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But I
Mm.
started posting, yeah, like I was kind of late to TikTok. When everyone was kind of, you know, when it was a real kind of dance app, I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not getting on that. Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the
no, I
fuck am I
feel you.
doing?
I
Like, do
feel
you know
you.
what
I
I
feel
mean?
you. I feel you. Yeah.
And I started seeing, like, I started posting, I think, in we're 2022 now, maybe only 2021, to be honest, which is like really, really like a volume post. Do you know what I mean? I've been on the app, I was on the app, but I was never really posting. I was kind of only consuming content, not really putting
Yeah.
content out. But yeah, 2021 was when I can remember start really like posting at a volume. But yeah, man, it's absolutely insane. Like it's crazy. But yeah,
So tell me more about. So you did sales, and then you transitioned to like content creation, and then now you're doing electrical engineering. So how's that been so far, man? Like the marketing agency.
yeah, man. So my marketing actually isn't even that old. Like I think I'm doing it only maybe a year and a bit, like really doing it and really going at
Okay.
it. And obviously over that year I've learned so much, do you know what I mean? Like, and I think
Mm.
now, especially going forward, for like this is for anyone that does marketing or wants to get into marketing. If you can have a a good creative background and then a good advertising background, you will kill it, because the way TikTok is going now, like people that are doing just solely advertising for their agencies, they need a good creative campaign to make a good advertising campaign. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you can like kill two birds with one stone in that sense, and have you can offer people a good creative and a good advertising, you will make so much money. And it's not to be slept on. Like even with Instagram and all that kind of stuff, because everything is tying into one. Do you know what I mean? So like Instagram are trying to copy TikTok because TikTok is just killing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Um,
100%.
so in that sense, then like Instagram have more or less the same algorithm as TikTok, and then like it's a lot to go into, but more or less they're the same. So if you post good TikToks that are doing well, post them on Reels, and then there's no reason why they won't do well on Reels,
Yeah.
because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's all about watch time, you know. But yeah, no,
Mhm.
I've definitely seen like a lot through that year. Definitely made so many mistakes, like ridiculous amount of mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but at the end of the day, like if you don't make mistakes, you don't learn, and then you don't like
That's
correct
fair.
those
That's fair.
mistakes. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. And so, like, what's your goal with it, man? Like, so you're posting consistently, and I see you be posting some food stuff, and I want to know, bro, like, what's the goal with the where do you want to, where do you see it? Where do you see it going?
To be honest with you, like obviously when I started, this is a better way to kind of word it. Like if I was when I started on TikTok, I was just doing like website videos, you know, like websites you never heard of and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of
Yeah,
stuff to just, I don't know, just post like because I thought it was interesting. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah,
then obviously when the field stuff and the like more my entrepreneurial career kind of kicked off a little bit more. And now that's not saying I'm a fucking millionaire, I'm not. But like, do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like it's starting to really get the ball rolling, it's starting to snowball. But before that, I was just kind of posting just random stuff, do you know? And then I saying like, there's no way to make a career out of this. Do you know what I mean? There's no way
mm,
to like capitalize on it and really like take advantage of it. So I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
what do I like doing? Like, and obviously I like making food, like eating food, like everyone else does. Do you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
But like the food content has definitely helped me out so much. Like I've grown so much from it. And then obviously the marketing agency with that, like I haven't done outreach in maybe 6 or 7 months. Do you know what I mean? All my clients that I have now have just come solely from them seeing my TikTok and
It's
them
just
coming
all
to me
inbound.
asking.
That's
All,
nuts, dude.
I have done no
That is
outbound, and
nuts.
that's just the like it's the power of the app. Do you know what I mean? Like if
Yeah,
you can build up a good, like I think everyone starting a digital marketing agency wants to do like say social media management or content creation. Now obviously I do that and I do paid advertising. That's another whole different side of it. But if someone
yeah.
wants to start doing like say even UGC content for brands, do you know what I mean? You need to build up a good personal brand because you need to be credible. And if you can be credible on the app with consistent views, consistent likes, and like a good amount of followers that are like a community more so than just regular
Hmm.
followers that are just there for content. If you can build a community, like brands will see that, like, do you know what I mean? And they'll want to make content with you because UGC content, all like video content, all that kind of stuff is what's going to be the new generation. Do you know what I mean? All this photo and still images is just, it's gone. Do you know? Like we're not like 60-year-olds anymore. We don't like just sit there and just watch a fucking photo. Like it's all
Yeah.
video now and it's all interactive and keeping people like I read a study there, I think it was last week, and it was like
Mm.
the Gen Z generation only have like an attention span of 3 seconds, which is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like
So
so
yeah,
that's why.
that's
Yeah, go
another
ahead.
thing, dude. Like Jay, man. I love TikTok. It gave me so much opportunities too. And then
Yeah.
just content creation wise, like I've been creating content for like in YouTube and all that stuff. And like I like photography, but um in TikTok, it can get you, man. Like it's very addictive. And
Oh
like
man.
the For You page, what's your thoughts on that? Like, because us, we create content, but at the same time, too, it's like you don't want to
Yeah.
be consuming too much, too. But how do you balance it? And like, what's your intake on that?
Yeah, so like, man, the For You page is probably the best piece of marketing I've ever seen in my life. Like, you have to remember, like, it's all calculated, it's all like pinpoint to you. Like, these companies are spending billions and billions on like psychology behind it. Like, there's so much that goes behind you staying on the
Yeah.
app. You might just think, oh, yeah, this is a really good video, this is a really good video, swipe,
Mm.
swipe, like. And it's not like there's so much like psychology gone behind it. This is
Yeah.
exactly what you like. The algorithm has pinpointed it, all these videos to you. Like it's really like, and I see it myself, like I'm still kind of trying to just use it for like business purposes instead of consuming content, you know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
is, it's so hard, like even now, like, and then I think yeah, it is very, very addictive. But like that though, you can look at it one or two ways. You could look at it, oh yeah, this is really addictive, I'm not getting anything done. Or you could look at it as, this is actually a really big opportunity for me to get more people on my videos because the app is so addictive. So if I can pinpoint it into the right kind of category of people, I can get so many views. Do you know what I mean? I think if you look at it from a strategic point of view, it's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
100%.
it's yeah, man, it's crazy. Like you could be like just scrolling and then 1 hour
Or
goes
like,
past you, like what the
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. I know. I'm
But
like, my goodness. Like, what did I just do, man? Like an hour passed
yeah,
by. And you'd see that guy pop. Oh, hold up! You've been scrolling over way too
yeah.
long now. Yeah.
Or it's one of those ones. It's like part one, and then all of a sudden you're on part 300. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's the series to give us some sauce, bro. Like give us some sauce on to grow a TikTok. Like if someone's getting trying to
Okay,
get started, bro, how do
right.
you
So yeah, I was on a podcast the other day, and this exact question was asked, and I goes, "There's 3 things that I would recommend someone fresh, only have to make an account, and just is wanting to grow their account. Number one, just post because at the end of the day, no one gives a fuck about you. No one
100%?
cares unless you're giving
100%.
someone value. No one gives a fuck. So just post. Like, do you know what I mean? What do you have to lose? You're trying to grow something. You're not going to be able to grow if you don't post.
Yeah.
Second of all, really optimize and really nail down what you want to do. Like I would say pick 3 niches if it was me. So me, food, entrepreneurship, and then like lifestyle content, like the podcast, all that kind of stuff. That'd be like 3 niches. Like they can be broad niches and have sub niches and all that kind of stuff. Like food, it could be anything. If I'm a personal trainer, it could be food, fat loss, how to gain fat, foods that are just healthy, all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like once you get your brain ticking, you'll find what you really have an interest in. Like obviously do something that interests you. Do not put out content that you would not fucking watch yourself or share. That is the most pointless thing you'll ever do. Like, and then number 2, so number 2, obviously pick a niche and really optimize that and have a set goal from day one. Would be my, like, that was a mistake I made. Like I told you, I was doing websites, doing pointless stuff that like wasn't going to build me any kind of like community. Right. It'll build me a following. It'll build me viewers, all that kind of stuff. But it'd be like me running, say, a YouTube channel that's like what they call like cash cow kind of accounts they're called, and like it's like just generic content that like people get views off and then they get paid, etc. But definitely optimize what you want to do from day one. And number 3 is start like have your hooks on point. Like Jesus Christ, the amount of people that I see and I've told like the hooks at the start of the video, like I told you, 3 seconds in and someone just has to do that and they're on to the next rabbit hole. Do you know what I mean? So you really need to draw your audience in and then keep your audience retained. Like the retention rate is such a big thing. Like if someone wants to start really growing their account, watch time is the biggest thing. Do you know what I mean? Like don't care about the likes, don't care about the comments, don't care about the shares, none of that shit. The watch time is what is going to get you to grow. Like all that kind of stuff is just for your own personal ego. Do you know what I mean? It's lovely having like loads of likes and loads of comments, but if you really look at your content and really spin it around, like how can I keep people retained on my video and watch to the end? If not watch twice, then that's the only reason you're gonna grow. So like obviously there's loads more. Like there's loads of like 100%. I said, it's a psychology thing more than anything.
Would you say the number one thing is just post, right? Like,
oh my god,
because a lot of people are just like would overcomplicate it. I have so many friends that like, I'm trying to get started with it, blah blah blah, and they never get started with it. I'm like, bro, just try it, even though it's ass. Post it. Like no one's gonna like judge you about it. It's your first video. I always say like your first 100 videos is probably gonna suck. Like,
oh my god, like, you're gonna be so shit at the start, like, and expect to be shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, how can you learn if you don't make mistakes? How can you learn if you don't like fuck up every now and then? Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Like a lot of people see it as a negative, but you have to see that as a positive. Without failure, without mistakes, you don't get better. You don't learn from your mistakes, and then you don't improve. But if you can do that and just post, like, do you know what I mean? What is stopping you? Like, if you've taken the time to say, I want to do this and I want to do that and make out a plan and then not post, it's just pointless and you're just wasting time, like valuable time that you could have been posting. Do you know what I mean? Stop procrastinating. Like, I was like that as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we've all been there. I'm sure you've been there. Do you know what I mean?
100%, man.
Just post is the number one goal and rule.
Okay, I'm interested though. Like, how would you say a good hook is? Like, how do you create your own hook? Because I feel like for you, you're really good at. I watch your videos. You're really good at voiceovers, and I really like that. And that I'm so bad. I'm so trash at voiceovers, bro. Like I can't.
Hey, listen, I am fucking the worst at voiceovers. That's just the polished content. You don't see the 40 minutes of me just like slowing my words or fucking up. Do you know what I mean? Like it genuinely takes me around 40 minutes to do a 20-second fucking voiceover. It's ridiculous. Like, it's crazy. And see when the video doesn't do well, you're like, oh my fucking god, I'm gonna just delete the whole account. Do you know what I mean? But no, like good hooks. Like obviously hooks is what is gonna just continue to go forward. You know what I mean? Like as we go forward in time, hooks are only going to get more and more sophisticated, and you really have to, like, the attention span's going to go down and down and down. So like a good hook straight off the bat, if let's say you are in the accounting niche, do you know what I mean? You're an accountant, you want to grow your accountant TikTok to whatever. A good hook could be, if you're in debt, watch this video. If you're in debt, listen to these 3 tips. How to avoid going into debt, how to pay off your mortgage quicker. There you go, there's fucking 5 hooks and I don't even do accountancy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like it's It's so simple.
Yeah.
Look at it as if you were scrolling, right? So what we call it is a thumb stop, right? So you're scrolling, and then you hear something when your thumb stops on the screen to obviously
Yeah.
watch the video. So you need to think of your content like your hook should be the most important thing in your video. The content obviously has to be good, but your hook should be the most important thing. So that would be my advice to anyone
Yeah.
trying to get a hook.
100%, man. And another thing, it's what's your thoughts on like the posting volume? Like a lot of people say,
Yeah.
oh, post 3-5 times a day, go and grow your account. But what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so me personally, I used to when I first started TikTok, I was only posting like once a day. Even when I was at like 30K, I was only posting once a day. And it's just not enough. Now, like back then it would have been enough. Yeah. A couple of months ago, you could post once a day, get away with it, and it'd be fine. You still get a decent amount of views and a good amount of consistency. And like it's manageable. One a day is manageable. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're busy. Like you have to remember, like we're all not fucking full-time content creators. Do you know what I mean? Like we have jobs, we have things to do, we have lives. Do you know what I mean? Like I still to this day, I don't know how fucking people do post like 10 times a day. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
and what else are you doing, bro? How do you make a living, bro?
Jesus Christ, like, but no, yeah, like now in today's kind of where we are now with TikTok and where we are now with Instagram, all them kind of apps, you need to be posting minimum 3 times a day, maximum 5 times a day. And even me, I struggle with that.
On Instagram Reels as well, right?
Yeah, like I think the way I look at Instagram now is like I would just kind of use TikTok as my testing ground. That's why you're able to post so much. Like I was saying to you, like when you put up a new video, it goes straight to the For You page. It doesn't go to any followers like it does on Instagram. So what I would do is if I was trying to grow both accounts, kill two birds with one stone. That's what I was looking for. I would use TikTok as my testing ground, do 3 times a day. And then whatever does well, just get a TikTok, download it, bring it off to Instagram and upload it as a reel. There's no reason why it won't do well if it's done well on one app, considering they're the same kind of algorithms. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for me, like 3 times a day is still too much. So, I mean, I do so much shit like that. I have not got time to do 3 times a day. So I try and do 2 times a day, which is, it's manageable a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I might only get 1 a day, but like aim to do at least 3. And if you can do like minimum 2, then you're flying. Like think of it this way, right? Let's say you're a new creator, you get 100 views, you get 200 views a day. 200 views a day by what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 over 5 days. That's 1,000 views. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 1,000 views for a new account is fucking brilliant. Do you know what I mean? I think volume is going to help you as well, because if you do get like consistent views, it's like say 1,000, like, do you know what I mean? Like 1,000 views. If you want to get 1,000 views over 5 days, it's 10,000 views. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's 10 over 10 days, it's 10,000 views. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you look at it like that, it really does compound. Uploading in volume, but yeah, no, volume is definitely very, very important. Like you'll hear a lot of marketers say, and a lot of fucking like gurus or whatever say, like, oh no, it's okay, just upload once a day. No, you need to be uploading at least 3 times a day if you want it. Like maximum you should be uploading is 5 times a day. So
I've heard both sides of the party, right? Like post make a video that's insanely high quality, and then there's another party that's saying just post it quantity at the beginning, bro. Just post it.
No, quality over everything. Like when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about like good quality content. Don't put out shit. Like why would you do that? Like you're asking not to do well. Like why would you implement all these strategies of a good hook, like a good video, like a good video background, but not good quality? Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense. Like you should be putting out at least 3 good videos a day is what I mean to say. Like yeah, like you'll hear people saying like, oh yeah, put out 1 quality video. Sure, if you're gonna put out 1 quality video, why can't you put out 3? Like don't say you don't have time. Everyone has time. Like it's just where you put your time to.
Yeah, no, 100%, man.
You get me?
I want to kind of backtrack a little bit and kind of ask you, dude. So TikTok is kind of like the main vehicle that gave you opportunities right now. You're doing electrical engineering, but what's your long term, bro? What's your vision? Where do you see yourself in, I don't know, 3-5 years?
Obviously TikTok has given me like, see, this is a big thing. Like everyone in like say the States and then like the UK and all have the creator fund. Like Ireland don't have that. Ireland, really? You can't apply for any creator fund or anything like that. just I don't know. It's just not on the list of countries. I say it will be soon though, because there is an awful lot of like big creators coming out of Ireland now. I don't really know why, to be honest with you. I don't know. I think I read something, but I don't want to say it because I might not. I might be totally incorrect, and I don't want to get fucking cancelled.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's crazy. Like that's what I was on a podcast over in London a couple of months ago, and they couldn't believe that like we're not on the creator fund. He was like, "Well, what the fuck are you doing it for?" But see,
Yeah.
for me, TikTok has given me a lot of opportunities, as in like it's real opportunity rich. Do you know what I mean? It's
Mm.
obviously I can't make money out of it yet. But like I think the way I'm looking at it is I get a lot of opportunities out of it. I get a lot of work from a marketing agency out of it. And eventually when it does, the creator fund does come to Ireland, I've built up a consistent amount of views, a consistent like following, do you know what I mean? And a real community that I can actually leverage that. So I think you need to look at it like just not just TikTok, like anything in life, you need to weigh up the pros and cons. Obviously, it's shit that you can't earn money off it because I'd probably be earning bank. But
Mhm.
it's it's has its pros, like because I'm getting all these opportunities out of it. I'm able to do whatever I want, like join in, and I like what I do at the minute. So yeah, it's
Mhm.
a bit shit. But in the next, like, if you were to ask me where do I see myself, definitely having a real like if I can predict it now, like I can see it. Like, you know, when people say like they can really like vision stuff, like I've
Yeah.
really learned
Yeah.
that over the last year of like really envisioning where you want to be and how you're gonna get
Mm.
there and what it feels like, all that kind of shit. Especially being in London. London is a real like my one of my favorite spots to go to now. Like I've been over
Yeah.
there for like marketing events and networking events, and it's just
Nice.
crazy. Like you hear all these people talking about. Like I was at one day a networking event for one of my friends, and I actually got a couple of the clients out of it, but
Oh, really?
like
That's sick,
yeah,
man.
yeah, it was real like property. It was a real kind of property based kind of event. So a lot of people there own like property companies and all that kind of stuff, and you hear them talking about like how they just closed like 15 million pound house and just sold it, and they've gotten like a 2 million commission or 200K commission. You're like I'm sitting here on a fucking like in euros, like only 400, 500 euro wage a week. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what am
Yeah.
I doing here? Like, and like when you hear stuff like that and you hear people that are so driven and so passionate about what they do, like you realize it is possible. Like, and then it helps every 2 seconds when you're in London, you see a fucking Rolls Royce or a Ferrari or Lamborghini, and then you're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, like this is actually possible. Do you know what I mean? Whether in Dublin, in Ireland, you don't really have that. You know, you don't, everyone is kind of real, how do I say, like, it's real small town syndrome. Do you know what I mean? Like
Small town
everyone doesn't
syndrome.
really
Yeah.
want to get
Yeah.
out of the city. Everyone kind of just wants to just stick to the normal way of doing stuff and the conventional way of doing stuff, and that's just not for me. Like I just feel like my why is a lot bigger than some people that I know personally. But yeah, like in the next few years, sorry, I ramble on so much, but in the next few
And you're
years,
good, bro.
definitely want to have a six-figure agency, 100%, and I don't see why I won't with the work I'm putting in now.
Hmm.
Obviously, I just have to get more work in. Like I feel like my girlfriend tells me I take on way too much. Like so I kind of need to weigh up what is worth my time, what is not worth my time, and how can I build this six-figure agency. That's the goal,
Yeah.
but I think you need to build like that's the main goal, but you need to build up micro goals to get to that
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
like
Yeah. 100%.
macro goal. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's definitely it. Have successful business, just have time freedom, money freedom, all that kind of stuff. That's really it, bro. And I have a good TikTok, obviously. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you still gonna be doing electrical engineering, or are you? What's your plans on that?
Yeah, like obviously it's such a good career. You know what I mean? It's a really, really good career, and I only have a year left, so my apprenticeship goes for 4 years, and then
Okay.
I've already done three. So even if I was to make fucking even if I was making 15K a month tomorrow, I still wouldn't live. Like, why would you like do 3 years or something and have such a good like a decorative kind of role? Do you know what I mean? A job like that, like that's really like has a really good wage, that's really like well recognized, and you can travel the world with it. Do you know what I mean? Why the fuck would you live? Like it just
Hmm.
doesn't make sense. So yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna still do it. Like it's at the end of the day, that's one of my passions as well. Like I love it so much. Like and it's helped me out so much, made me realize a
Yeah.
lot. Like, I think a lot of people take a real dig on the 9 to 5, like, but the 9 to 5 has taught me so much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
About myself,
100%.
about like other people and how to talk to people and just
Hmm.
how not to talk to people. Do you know what I mean? Or how to deal with certain situations. Like it is like it does teach it. It's very good like teacher in a sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
that's the
100%.
goals. But obviously with TikTok, I'd like to start doing more like obviously the food is good and all that stuff. I will not stop doing the food like because I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm gonna cook this food anyway, so why would I not record it and get fucking good amount of viewers and good traction with it? But I'd like to start doing more like vlogs and all that kind of stuff and really
Yeah.
getting like letting people see what I'm about.
Hmm.
If you get me.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
where I
mean,
see myself.
here's my thing on that, right? Because you're kind of like doing two things right now,
Yeah.
and you're trying to grow your agency, and at the same time, you have your other career, which is electrical engineering.
Yeah.
How do you manage your time with that? Because
Oh,
you're kind
bro.
of like splitting your time between two
Yeah.
things, and it's gonna. Have you heard about Essentialism? This book called Essentialism.
No.
So there's this thing about like the exponential growth of just focusing on one thing. And like if you split your energy between multiple things, you could just go so far, but you focus on one
Yeah.
thing, you could go exponentially faster. So that's
Yeah.
kind of like I'm interested. How do you handle this? Because typically, if you want to go faster,
Yeah.
you would
Yeah.
focus on
No,
one
definitely.
thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, yeah, definitely right there. Like, and do you know what? As you were saying that, there was a saying that was said to me off one of my friends. He owns an agency. He owns a big agency. Like, he does numbers. Like, he does crazy numbers. But
Yeah.
he said to me, he goes, if you try, what is it? If you're chasing, if you're trying to catch two rabbits, you'll catch none. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Which it's very, very true. But I think at the end of the day, like, I'm weighing up then like all the pros and the cons. Do you know what I mean? Like, the pros of staying where I'm at now and just keep doing what I'm doing is like finish an apprenticeship that, like, touch wood, like God forbid that all else fails, I'm able to go back to that and I still have a very well paid salary. I have a very good job and I'm able to provide. Do you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think then obviously the cons of that is, like you said, like you're trying to do a million things at once, which is, it is very hard to grow. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Like, and I have seen that, like with my time, like I feel like I have no time. I feel like I get up at like around 5 in the morning, like our time, like GMT or whatever, like 5 a.m. in the morning to do client work. And then when I have the client work done, I go to work and I do 7 or 8 hours there. And then I come home and then I'm trying to, like, obviously I've just started a podcast. So that's an hour out of, like, 1 hour a day out of the week. Do you know what I mean? And then you have to edit that. And then I'm doing my own TikTok as well. And then you still need to like have time for like family and girlfriend and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, no, it is tough. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think the main reason I'm saying to myself is, like, if you really want something, you will make it happen no matter what. Do you know what I mean? No matter the circumstances, no matter where you're at in life, or no matter how many like obstacles you have in your way, or how many things you're trying to do. I do think though, I do think I need to really like weigh up what is worth my time, what's not. Like, my time is so valuable now at the minute because I'm so busy. Do you know what I mean? So I don't have time, like, say, like, I wouldn't have time to go out and fucking go out on a night out or go like clubbing or anything like that. I just, like, even going out with friends sometimes is like, I have to get work done. But I don't mind that. Do you know what I mean? Because I know where my end goal is and I'm so focused. Like, I need to be laser focused now. But yeah, man, it does get tough. Don't get me wrong. Like, but at the end of the day, it's all about the story and the journey. And I love it. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't change it for anything.
100%, man.
It's tough.
It's tough because I've been in your position too, and like for me, I ended up deciding on just picking the agency because I was working a job as well. I was in the website department, like marketing, all that stuff. But like, I don't know how you do it because I'm like, after you do 8 hours in, you're kind of like exhausted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then you want to grow the business, but it's like, shit, like,
yeah,
like, I'm already tired.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean because I fucking like that every day. Like, and you're coming home from doing a full shift, and then you're like, oh, I have to grow this now. Do you know what I mean? I have to do this and I have to do that. But I think when you have a real why, do you know what I mean? Why are you doing this? Like, when you have a strong kind of like reason, do you know what I mean? When you have a reason, like, you're like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm grand. I'll get an energy drink. Like, I drink cans of Monster, like they're cans of Coke.
Okay,
like,
now I know your secret, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, honest to God, like, I have like a can of Monster. I've had 2 cans of Monster today, and then yesterday I've had 3. Do you know what I mean? And that's just daily. like I'm gonna die of a heart attack, like, and I do, like,
No,
I'll touch
that's
wood, I
healthy,
don't,
man.
touch wood, I don't, but it definitely does help. Do
Come
you know what I
on
mean?
now, bro. That is
Anyone,
nuts, dude.
anyone that knows me knows, like I bought a 9 pack of Monster in the shop, and like the start of this week, and all gone. Like,
They're- Nah, bro. I don't know. Hey, it's seasonal, right? It's the season of your life now to grind.
yeah,
So I mean, respect, bro. Yeah, there's just one of those things where you gotta, choose your battles and be like, all right, well, you decide to fight on two fronts right now. You
yeah,
so
yeah.
you're fighting in two
Oh, bro,
fronts, so you need that monster energy, bro. That's nuts.
even more than that. I'm start
Well,
putting sugar and all in it, for fuck's sake. I'm putting coffee granules in.
what's your what's your why? Like, because you said you need to have a deeper why, right? What's your why?
Yeah, so my boy definitely 100% is like same my family and my sisters. My sisters and my boy and my girlfriend. Like,
Mhm.
because at the end of the day, like how do I put it? Like, it wasn't like, say, the most, like, regular kind of child growing up, do you know what I mean? So it's like, it was tough, like, do you know what I mean? And it's tough for them, like, and I think for me, I've seen that, and I've seen other people around me, like, say, friends and all that kind of stuff, have that kind of security and stability. Um, and like, even like that support, like, now as I'm older, and so do my sisters. Like, my sisters have obviously me, my girlfriend, and my other sister. That's the older one, and like, you really do need to have a good support network, and that's my why. Like, I want to be able to give them the life that they should be able to have. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, man, like, it's tough. Like, do you know what I mean? And I think you do need to have a really kind of a really substantial why, and a real kind of dramatic why, if that makes sense. Like, something that is
Mhm.
really like that. Do you know what I mean? That you've gone through all this shit. Like, do you know what I mean? And you want to, like, why would you go through all this shit and not have a better life at the end of it? Do you know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Like, for me, like, obviously, if you've gone through it, like, no one see, this is what I don't like about online. Now, I'm not talking personal experience. I'm talking about, like, just generally,
In
like,
general.
people would comment shit on people's posts, like, take time out of the day to comment shit on people's posts that they
Yeah, I
don't
don't
even
get
know.
that.
You know what I mean? They don't even know, or they don't know what they've been through, or they don't know anything like that, or nothing like that, and they just take time out of the day to cause shit. You know what I mean? Like, I laugh at
Yeah.
it personally. Like, when someone comments shit on mine, like, I comment back and I try and annoy them more than they annoy me. Do you know
Really?
what I mean? Yeah, man. I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck.
man.
I have no filter. Like, I don't care. Like, fuck you. Like, do you know what
That's that's
I mean?
hilarious, bro. For me, it's like if I get the I remember when I was starting out, I would get so many comments. Oh, you're still broke, blah blah blah, and like
Yeah,
all these things, right? And it was funny because I'm like I screenshotted all those because once I get it, once I hit the target, I'm gonna reuse all those screenshots and be like, yep,
brilliant.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
brilliant,
Yeah,
brilliant.
I don't know. Like, for me, I definitely agree on you. I don't get, it's like, why would you put so much, like, why do you put time in your day out of your day to just
Yeah,
bring someone
it's
down, bro? I don't get it.
It's so weird. Like, obviously, like, if someone is taking the time out of their day, like the 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, taken out of their day, like, what does that say about them? Like, look at how fucking, like, insecure they are that they have to comment shit on people's posts, and it's always, always, always user 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or it's someone with, like, a fucking profile picture of a cat or something. Like, it's so,
You see,
like,
that's what I
always.
don't get. Like, I feel like people in TikTok are not from planet Earth, bro.
No, bro, like, they're so extraterrestrial. Like, they're like, honestly aliens. Like, I swear to God, man, it's crazy. But obviously, you need to look at it as if, like, sometimes you need to look at it with a bit of empathy. Like, do you know what I mean? That, like, like, whatever they have going on, like, obviously, it's fucking bad enough that they need to
Yeah,
comment shit on my post. You know what I mean? And try and bring me down. That someone has obviously brought them down. So you kind of feel a little bit sorry for people like that, but at the end
yeah.
of the day, like, fuck them. Like, do you know what I mean? They're not paying their bills. Do you know what I mean? So why would you care about what they're saying?
Yeah, no, 100%. That's how I always say, like you gotta have a selective hearing on that. I was talking to one of my
100%.
homies about it, and you would always, like, even just advice in general as well. Like, who are you getting your advice from? Like, who are you,
Yeah.
like, is this opinion like, if you look at their life, do you want to have their life? Like, Because if you
Yeah.
give it like take advice from someone financially wise, and someone who's broke, would you take it? Like,
Yeah. No,
sure,
of course you would.
maybe there's some facts on what he's saying, but like the background, like someone could be saying the same. I think Alex Ramones said someone could be saying the same thing, like someone,
Yeah.
uh, like from like just financial advice, like investing wise, and the same thing is saying by Warren Buffett,
Mm.
but it's Warren Buffett, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
like
Yeah. Like
it's
sure.
like it's two
Like,
different things, bro. It
yeah.
it wastes. That's why like actually there's another thing I want to ask because your niche is kind of like entrepreneurship. How do you share your thoughts and ideas without coming as way as like um you know what I mean? Like the not coming as way as like you like the know-it-all type of guy. Because for me, I'm trying to work on that. Like how do I
Yeah.
create content that's more of like, hey, this is what I'm doing, more of like
Yeah.
documenting instead of like creating a certain content. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So is it like that you want to provide good content, but you don't want to give too much away? Like, is it kind of thing?
No, I mean like not coming in a way that you're like, yeah, you should listen to me type thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like at the end of the day, like, if like people are like, if someone tells you something, like if people tell you something enough, you're gonna believe it. Do you know what I mean? If people tell you you're a
Yeah.
fucking astronaut, you're gonna eventually believe you're an astronaut. Do you know what I mean? Like eventually,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not, whether you think that you genuinely won't, you will. If someone keeps telling you something, or people keep telling you something over and over again, like you're gonna believe it. And so if you keep giving good value, do you know what I mean? Value is a really big thing, like especially in
Mhm.
today's world, especially in the marketing industry. Like everyone is so pitchy and salesy, and like everyone knows, everyone can smell a pitch fucking straight off the bat within the first line of the message you've sent. So like, be a fucking human. Stop trying to sell everyone everything. Like, not everyone wants to be sold. Do you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
give value first. I always say like, value first, sell second. Do you know what I mean? If you can give someone enough value that they think that your product or service is worth the price you're charging, they're gonna go for it. Like, if you can give, right, this is how I look at it, right? If you can trigger an emotion in someone, if you can give someone value or educate someone, you will follow. They'll follow you. They'll buy whatever you have to sell and all that kind of stuff because you're giving them something. Us as humans, we always want something. We always look at things like, what can I get out of this, or
Mhm.
how can this benefit me personally? Because we're selfish. Do you know what I mean? We always want what's best for us. Do you know what I mean? So someone online is, say, if it's an entrepreneur giving out advice like life advice, yeah, you can look at it in a negative way depending on the type of person you are. But if you're trying to be an entrepreneur or you're trying to like better yourself, trying to get into business, all that kind of stuff, if someone is giving genuine good advice and good value, why wouldn't you follow them? Why wouldn't you buy their
Yeah.
ebook? Why wouldn't you buy
100%.
all these products they have to sell? Or why would you not
Yeah.
want to work with them? Like, it's like for me, like on my, say, Instagram and all that kind of stuff, I've tried to do this a lot more. Like, I wouldn't really openly share it. Like, I give people advice if they text me, but like obviously I'm starting to do that a lot more, like, give genuine value, because not even for trying to get potential clients out or trying to get sales out, but just to make an impact. You know what I mean? If I feel like
Yeah.
I can help someone,
100%.
I will help someone. And I don't think there is a lot of people like that in both the agency space or just in life in general. There's a lot of people that just want to make
Yeah.
money off people,
Yeah. 100%. Oh yeah. Since you're the agency space, you probably heard about Iman and all those big guys,
Yeah,
right? What's your thoughts
yeah,
about them?
man, fella is a fucking marketing genius, man. Like,
He
Eamon
is a
Gadget
genius,
he's
man.
fucking, like, I remember this one time, right? We were in London and I still kick myself to this day. But I know eventually it will happen, so I'll explain the story. So we were in
Yeah.
London and I seen Eamon Gadget and I was like, to my girlfriend, I was like, oh my god, holy shit, like, do you not know who that is? Like, oh my god, oh my god. And I was only starting my agency, so I was really watching deep diving into this fella's videos,
So you
Jordan
saw him
Platten,
in person, and then
oh, bro, like, and he was literally like that. Do you know what I mean? He was
okay.
looking at me, and then I looked at him, and I think he kind of knew I knew who he was, but I didn't say anything. I was like, no, I can't go over there, can't go over there. And then when I walked away, I was like, fuck, I should have went over there, like, and said hello and said, like, I love your stuff and all, but I didn't. And I said to myself, like, eventually I will meet him. Do you know what I mean? Eventually, I know I will, but it's a good story that I have that I haven't actually told anyone because I don't really talk to a lot of people that are in the same
Damn.
space as
Hey,
me.
I'm gonna clip that. I'm using that. Good
Bro, I'm
story
telling
right
you.
there.
But I'm telling you, like
Man,
it's probably the worst fucking mistake I've ever made. Like the fella is literally standing like that, like so close with
yeah.
whoever he was with. And I was like this. I was like, holy shit, like, do you know what I mean? But
You were
it's
kind of
crazy because
starstruck, huh? You felt like
yeah,
kind of
like
starstruck. Yeah.
at the time, like he wouldn't have been very big, like on platforms. He would have only had like 20K on TikTok. He would have only had like 50K on Instagram. Like, and I know people
Really,
personally
he
that
was
have.
small. Oh, you saw him
It was
when?
back when he was like he's blown up now, but it was back when he was small. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I was so starstruck, even though I knew people that were like say 5 times bigger than him, like that I
Yeah.
personally know that I talked to like influencers, all that kind of stuff. And
Damn.
like yeah, it's crazy, but like it's mad, it's crazy. But it's all about
Yeah.
the opportunities you don't take. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that should be a rule for anyone now from watching this or listening to this. Take every fucking opportunity because you don't know what door it's gonna open.
Yeah. No, 100%. And yeah, man, that's what like what's made you actually. So was that before you got interested in agency when you saw Iman and
It was when I only started my agency. So I had my agency about 4 or 5 months, and I was kind of saving up the money to invest into his course or whatever, you know.
yeah.
And yeah, I seen him in London. I goes to the girlfriend. I goes, "Holy shit! Do you not know who that is? Like, he's like one of the heavy hitters in the agency space in England because he would have been him and another guy called Jordan Platten. You might hear him.
Oh, he was
Uh,
he was with him.
he wasn't with him, but like they would be the two that a lot of people would have looked up
Yeah,
to,
Jordan
say in like
Platten,
in
Kai
Europe, like
Bach,
you know,
Kai
yeah.
Backs, yeah, all those guys.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he obviously he crossed the street and I was like, oh my god, like I was like, what the fuck? Like I goes, do you know who that is? I have to go up and talk to her. She goes, my girlfriend goes, well, why the fuck won't you? And he goes, I don't know. I froze, do you know what I mean? I froze.
Yeah.
And then obviously we walked away and I was like, fuck, like I should have just done it. I should have just said hello and like that. You need to talk to everyone.
Yeah, it's the
Talk to
networking
absolutely everyone.
opportunity, man. Like,
Like if it ever happens again, do you know what I mean? You best believe. But
hey,
yeah,
I
man,
don't think he's
crazy.
coming to London no more that much. He got security and everything now when he goes to
Yeah, it's
London.
crazy, man. It's crazy. But now eventually I know I will eventually meet him. I know like this we have mutual connections, but it's all about getting there. Like I think that's a real big thing as well. Like just fucking put yourself out there and you don't know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. Like by you putting yourself out there, obviously you can get some negativity, but there's more positive than negative by you putting yourself out there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In
No
my
tips
opinion.
on that, like the networking, because you said you've been attending a networking events and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of, to be honest, a lot of people don't know how to network, man. So
Oh man. Like
how did you
I
get
went to
started
the
with it?
yeah, so obviously I went to this networking event. This is my first one I went to, and it was from my friend that owns a podcast over in London, and he's like
Yeah.
he's knowledgeable. Do you know what I mean? He owns a couple of property investment company, and he owns like he's an entrepreneur. Like he's a really good entrepreneur. He has lots of connections. Like they just recently did a thing with Alan Sugar. I don't know whether you know who that is.
No,
Alan
I
Sugar
don't
is
know.
like a really, really like decorated entrepreneur in England. He owns like he has his own TV program and all, but he's really, really big, like really respected in like the entrepreneurial space.
Okay.
And yeah, so I went over and I swear to God, bro, I got in there and I just froze. Like I just didn't know what to do. I went into the toilet. I sat in the cubicle for 15 minutes because I could not go out there. Like, because normally
Yeah.
I would have had to like, have alcohol in my system. I would have had to be like, a little
Yeah.
bit, not drunk or tipsy, but like, just relaxed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, because I didn't have that, I was forced to come out of my comfort zone and I was forced to just
Yeah.
go and talk to people. And it's probably the best decision I've ever made, but the most scariest decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
So for anyone that like wants to really go to these networking events, like you're gonna be shit scared. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna absolutely be terrified. But I think you just need to bite the bullet. And like that, it's all about the opportunities you don't take. Do you know what I mean? Like just go for it because you don't know what doors it could potentially open. And for me, it opened so many doors. Like this is what it's really kind of took me from level 2 to level 10 in terms of like entrepreneurship and like what I know now and the people
Mhm.
I've met and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
No, 100%, man. It's definitely like that's one thing I want to do. Like I have yet I've gone to like one seminar, but like I haven't really gone to like a
Yeah,
networking event for entrepreneurs. I don't even
yeah.
know how to get into those type of things yet.
Just
So that's one thing.
literally Google. Like Google is gonna be your best friend for all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of
Yeah.
people just have you can just buy online tickets on Google. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So just what I would say is go to a few that you genuinely don't know anyone, because I go on your own, because if you go with someone, you're just gonna be tied to them for the whole night, and you just won't break off, and you won't like go and talk to new people
Yeah,
because
100%.
you're in your comfort zone. Like get out of your comfort zone, do things you've never done before, and you don't know where it could actually bring you. Do you know what I mean? It could bring you
Mm.
to who knows what kind of levels or doors it can open.
No, 100%. And when another thing I'm interested with is like on because I've been learning about this on one of my mentors. Did you have you ever hired someone to become your mentor before?
No, no, I haven't. And like that, like see, my entrepreneurial journey is kind of only really gotten going properly
Okay.
this year. So no, like obviously I don't know. Like I've heard different things from different people, like about mentors. Like I heard that they're very good. Like you get the information you want quicker by having a mentor. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
made all them, like with us with
Mhm.
agencies. Do you know what I mean? People that don't know how to advertise, people that don't know how to do like
Yeah,
social
yeah.
media management. Like
100%.
we've made all them mistakes and all that kind of stuff. It's the same thing with a
Mhm.
mentor. But then another person said like, if someone is successful, they're going to share the information with you regardless. Do you know what I mean? Like why would they cause a fee, like charge a fee if they're making all this money? Which
Yeah,
both ways make sense, but I would be open to both ways. You know what I mean? Like, why would you
yeah,
don't just like you can't just throw something to the side just because of what people have said. You need to
yeah.
experience that for yourself. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's definitely something I definitely like if I start making like a lot more money, like yeah, why not? Like never
Yeah,
say never. But
100%.
even at that, like you could do like you don't necessarily have to have all the money in the world. Like at the end of the day,
Mhm.
realistically, if you're looking for a mentor, you're not going to be able to give them a lot of value. But if you
Yeah,
can do stuff to help them, does if a real entrepreneur knows that how hard you're willing to work or how bad you want it, they will help you. And it's just
yeah. No,
it's
100%,
common
man.
facts.
And
Like
yeah, it comes down to it's same thing with networking.
yeah,
One of the main reasons why um I got into this one program, it's because the community behind it. And that was, I think, the biggest ROI for me. Like, sure, I could have learned
yeah,
the whole skill, marketing, sales, and then like a content, stuff like that on my own. It would have taken longer.
yeah,
And at the same time, too, it's like, well, I saw it as the way it's like I see mentors as like, oh, it's kind of like a shortcut. Not per se that you're still not gonna
yeah,
experience like your failures, like your first
yeah.
client, like
No, it gets you to the
yeah,
top floor quicker. Like, do you know what I mean? It's
mm,
it's like that analogy, like you're taking the elevator rather than the stairs. Do
yeah,
you know what I mean? And I
no,
definitely do think
100%,
that's true.
yeah.
I
And
think
like it opened a lot of doors, man. Like I've met so many insane people in
yeah,
the community and like doing great. Like they're doing themselves pretty great for themselves, like around our age. And then I don't know if you've seen the other podcast episodes, and then the next one I'm gonna have, it's like I've met them all in the same community, which
that's
opened
crazy.
me to get to another community to
That's
like
brilliant.
so that's
That's what it's
how I
all about,
saw
though.
it. The ROI is like it's nuts. Like
Yeah,
sure maybe maybe in the first place like you don't get like the main thing you came there to get, but
yeah,
the community behind it, once you
yeah,
get it, it's like it's insane. Like the value, it's much more
hundred
higher
percent.
because you can start doing business partnership with other people that you've met,
Yeah,
and then you start leveraging their authority with you. You know, like
yeah,
it's a lot of networking part in it as well. So yeah, man. I
100%.
mean,
I think
besides this, go
I
ahead.
think on that, just really quickly, like it's all about, like you said, the community. It's all about who you surround yourself with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you surround, like there's a someone that I know has a quote, and it goes like, if you surround yourself with 5 dickheads, you're going to be the sixth dickhead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, 100%.
it's so true though. Like if you surround yourself with five driven, like want really big things for themselves
Yeah,
and have
yeah,
really, really big goals, like it's just gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I think your environment and your network and the people you surround yourself with is
yeah.
so
No,
vital.
100% because your environment is so important as well in your beliefs, and then your
Yeah,
just like the way you operate, because your norm is gonna change as well. So if you see someone doing
yeah,
10K days,
yeah,
I'm like, Why am I not there, bro? Like
Yeah,
you see
like
5 people in your friend group that's just doing like, I don't know, like 10, 20K weeks, and
yeah,
you're like, that
yeah.
should be
But
normal, bro. Why am I not there, bro?
exactly. But it makes you want to work harder then. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
you're like
yeah, yeah.
seeing all these
Yeah,
kind of results
100%.
happen. Like that's what I've seen now over the last year. Like I wouldn't have really surrounded myself with a lot of kind of well-driven people. But now that I have done that and I've seen that it's possible,
Yeah,
like anything is possible. You know what I mean? It genuinely goes like if you put in the work, if you want to work hard enough, you will make it happen if you have the
yeah.
drive to do it. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. All right, Jay. I mean, I want to talk about like outside business and stuff like that. What do you do, bro? Like, who's Jay, bro?
Oh, outside business, I
I mean,
play.
you fucking you just told me you probably spent the whole entire
Yeah,
day with this
yeah.
beast.
No,
So
um, like before me age, see, I was really big into say football, so you would call it soccer. Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like other than that, like maybe the gym. Nights out. I used to love nights out. I used to love going out till like 4 in the morning.
Okay.
And getting fucking absolutely wasted. But like now that I've
Yeah.
had this agency and I have all these things, like I gave up football because I just don't have the time. Like if you think about it, like you're spending say 4 hours a week, 5 hours a week, including playing a match. Do you know what I mean? Like you're spending all that time, whether all that time you can invest into your company and your business and like self
Yeah.
development and all that kind of stuff. Like
It
I just
compounds.
think, yeah, like now that I'm getting busier, I'm starting to really like I told you, like I'm really seeing what is worth my time, genuinely worth my time, and what isn't. And I think you do
Mm,
need to have that. Like you do need to make them sacrifices. Like it's not worth like nightclubs and going out isn't going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like these
yeah.
nightclubs aren't going anywhere. The drinking isn't going anywhere. Like the partying isn't
Yeah.
going anywhere. But what is going anywhere is your time. Time is so valuable. Like you're only here once. Do you know what I mean? You only have only one life. You only have like you don't know what could happen. Like it could all end tomorrow. So why would you not put everything you can into building something that's worthwhile and everlasting? Do you know what I mean? When you're gone, like God forbid, like I was gone, like I want to build something that is like carries on. Do you know what I mean? After me, do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. And so let's say after you've built your business, your
Yeah.
financial location and free, what would you be doing? Like,
Oh, bro, I'm living the fucking dream. Like I am just chilling. I'm taking a well-deserved long holiday with some nice cocktails on the beach and chilling for about a year, and then I'll come back and get to work. That's really it. Like, do you know what I mean? I probably no, not even a year. It'd probably take
not
six
a
months.
year. I think a year is too long, bro. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
about
yeah.
that,
I
bro.
get bored way too quickly. Like, no, like if I obviously if I do get all these things like like when I do, no, it's not even if I do. I think you need to have like when instead of
Yeah,
if. Do
when?
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need to be so focused and so like driven. But when it does happen, like obviously like just take it day by day. Life just gets a lot easier. Do you know what I mean? And you're able to do all these things for people that you love, and you have obviously the security. Do you know what I mean? And it's just
Mm,
good. Like, and it's I think it's more so being stable and being secure. I think you need to have some sort of security in your life, whether it be say a job, whether it be like just having a backup plan. Do you know what I mean? And having like
yeah.
all these things that will keep you secure no matter what happens. Do you know what I mean? Like we're so
Mm,
young at the minute. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I think a lot of people think you need to make it by 22 or 23. Like that's so
yeah.
fucking stupid. Like the likes of Gary Vee and all didn't make it till he was 38 or something like
Yeah.
that. Like, do you know what I mean? His late
Yeah. In
30s.
this
Look at him
it's
now.
mid late 30s. Yeah.
Like,
Gary Vee took quite some time.
and then even at that, like even when we go back to like posting content and all that kind of stuff, if you're posting content, it's not doing well. He made 900 fucking videos before one took off. Like, do you know what I mean? You only have to be right once, but fuck me, like 900, like 899 times. Other than that, he wasn't right. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about like consistency and all that kind of stuff. It definitely does have a huge factor in life. Consistency is definitely the key, and I've realized that over the last few months. I went like this is going back to TikTok now. I went off TikTok for a while. When I was
Uh,
at like about 15k, and I was
yeah.
like it's just I'm not seeing the growth. Like this is a really big thing as well. Like everyone is just comparing themselves to everyone, and like I think that's such a
Yeah.
big factor in today's world with social media and all that kind of stuff. Like with social media, everyone is just comparing themselves to everyone. Like it's like that we should be somewhere else with someone else doing something else. You know what I mean? Not really being in a moment and like being with it. But yeah, like I went off TikTok and I was like, fuck this, like it's not worth it. And I was like, I kept seeing more results and I kept seeing like people talking about
Yeah.
like saying this is your last chance, this is your last chance. And then it just clicked. I was like, I need to just do it. I need to just go for it. So I posted 3 times a day from April of last year. April last year, and I think in 3 or 4 months, I had a couple of videos that did so well. And I think then in like 30 days, the month of April, I actually did like 4 million views across the whole month. So like that's nearly the whole population of Ireland. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like
Yeah, it's nuts.
it's and it's still possible. Do you know what I mean? But like that, it is consistency. It is down to consistency. It is the key in anything in life, not just TikTok. Like be consistent, and it's gonna happen.
I want to know, like, because you're some struggles, because like we've talked about, like like the come up and all that stuff too, and like where we want to go. But I want to hear more of the things that you've gone through to get where you're at, bro. Like or some things, because it's part of entrepreneurship journey. Like struggles is always gonna be there. So on your
Yeah,
end,
man.
what was it like?
Yeah. So obviously, sorry. Yeah, obviously, listen, like struggles, everyone has struggles, you know what I mean? It's all about how
Yeah,
you overcome them struggles. And like that, it comes back down to your why, do you know what I mean? And your drive and what are you actually doing it for. Like, obviously, I've had some mad struggles, like some of them that I just won't talk about, like, just
yeah,
openly won't talk about them just because it's just crazy. Like, I've
yeah.
just been through some mad shit, do you know what I mean? That I'm like, that's my why, do you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I've been through all this stuff in the past or whatever. And why would I not make a life for myself that I want to create? Do you know what I mean? Or that I've
Mhm.
dreamed of and all that kind of stuff. Like, because at the end of the day, unless you do that, like, what you doing? Like, do you know what I mean? Why would you, like, just for me personally, like, I just would not want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life because I've been through all this shit, like, and I've seen all this shit and all that kind of stuff. And it's just, it's not for me, like,
Yeah.
but no, like obviously, like, growing up in like a crazy area and all that kind of stuff is mad. Like in Ireland, like the area I'm from wouldn't be like the most nicest, you know what I mean? So it's a rough area or whatever, and like childhood was a little bit rough, but like at the end of the day, they're the story you look back on. Like I wouldn't change anything I've been through at
Mhm.
all, because at the end of the day, when you look at it in a few years' time, when you're old and grey, like you look at
Yeah.
what you've been through and you look at what you've actually achieved from being through that. I think, see, like the likes of council estates and all that kind of stuff, they really do solidify and make people. Now, not that like I'm fucking, it was terrible, like, and that I was poverty driven and all that kind of stuff. I'm not, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad, but like I still had a roof on my head and all that kind of stuff. But it was tough, like, do you know. But I think, yeah, like there's an entrepreneur and he owns a shoe brand called Tommy Mallet. Do you know Mallet Footwear?
I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, so he says like the council estates is what makes it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it really does. And I genuinely do think that it does. Like, it does make the person and mold you into the person that you are today, because you don't come from this, like, say, like, background of being having everything handed to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you had
Yeah.
to kind
Yeah.
of fight for everything yourself and get everything for yourself because there was
Mhm.
no one else to give it to you. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
mean, it's always part of the journey, like the struggles. And yeah, I think it's another thing that's important in just entrepreneurship in general. It's just like we would always have those, but it's the way you handle them,
Yeah.
the way you
Yeah.
the way you just encounter these failures. How could you I always tell myself, like, when I'm on those ruts, because to be honest, I'm in a good momentum right now, but like when I'm on those ruts where like I feel like nothing is working out, I'm like, I don't know if
Yeah.
you, it's like for me, it's like you just gotta do the boring work. And for me, I'm a religious guy, so I always just say pray.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I would always do. Um, so far those things always works out. So like do
Yeah,
the
man.
boring work, even like just the small tiny thing, just maybe like read a page of a book that day, or maybe just record yourself that day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
for
but
some
that's what
reason,
it's all about. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
no,
go ahead.
100%. Yeah, and then it compounds it's part, like it's a up and down seasonal type of thing, right? There would be weeks where you're crushing it, you're ripping all of the things that you need to do, and then there'd be like
Yeah.
a week where it's just like, what,
Yeah.
like what's happening, bro? Like why can I not do what I'm like supposed to do? And you start beating yourself
100%.
up about it, and like, all right, well, since I'm on this road, I gotta take it one step at a time. And then sometimes I go too heavy in it, and then I go down right away. So
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like, yeah, it's learning about yourself too. And then like what you said, it's the big why. But
yeah, man.
yeah,
100%. Like I think just while you were talking about that, like it's all about like small consistent actions lead to long-term results. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that is so true. Like, and it does, like there is gonna be so ups and like you know that yourself, like it's gonna be it's ups and downs are just all part of the journey. Like it, do you ever see it? And it's like it's never a straight graph like that. It's always like
Yeah.
up and down, like waves and all that kind of stuff. Like it's never easy. Like, do you know what I mean? But if it was easy, everyone would do it. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, if it was easy what we do or what you want to do in life or your goals, if it was easy to achieve them, like everyone would be a fucking millionaire. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Mm.
like, and I think that's it all goes back to it really does all go back to your why. Do you know what I mean? It really does. Like, why are you doing it? Like, because you could easily get like just live a regular life and just be happy with what you have and all that kind of stuff and
Yeah,
not want more for
100%.
yourself. Do you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people just
Yeah.
genuinely that makes them happy. Like,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like, I'm not I wouldn't like look down on anyone that wants that because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it takes a certain type of person to say that, yeah, do you know what? I actually am happy. I wish I could say like that. I'm
I
actually
wish too.
genuinely
I
happy.
wish too, man. I wish I could be satisfied and just working. Where'd this guy go, bro? This guy dipped. Guy disappeared, bro. Technical difficulties. What happened?
I'm so sorry. We fucking on my laptop wasn't plugged in properly. I thought it was. So now it's in. So now we're fine. It's charging.
You're good. You're good.
Apologies. Apologies.
All right.
Oh,
I don't know where we
sorry.
left off, man.
I think it was about the small consistent actions lead to long
Yeah,
term goals, and then it was like
the goals about
the
the
goals.
why.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and then that's my thing, right? Like another thing I want to kind of like everybody has the same goals. It's just like what you actually do. I think I don't know if I'm a big fan of Alex Hormozy, like his stuff.
yeah. Oh
He's a
man,
philosopher guy, so
genius, man.
he is. So like when he talks about the way how like everybody has the same goals. Everybody want to be a millionaire, but it's just those what do you do on a daily basis that will actually get you there, right? So I think that's the biggest difference, right? Because everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to live that lavish lifestyle. Or
Mm.
maybe not everybody too, but like in general, they would want to have the taste of that. But once they found out like how to get there, they're like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
maybe not, maybe not. But another thing that you touched upon that's actually really good was about feeling it'd be nice to feel like it's I just work this job and then that's it. Like
Yeah,
right
that's
every
enough.
time.
Like, yeah,
And bro, I feel like I actually have a lot of respect for people who can do that. And but sometimes too, I cannot question. It's hard for me to comprehend. Like, bro, you have like a full life. You have so much potential,
yeah,
and why can't you just? Yeah, but at the same time too. Like everybody has different purpose, right? So
yeah. hundred
and
percent, bro.
yeah, it's just like okay, well, I can't push my own beliefs to them. So you gotta like just talk to the people who wants to be what you're doing and
Yeah,
push them to get there. Because when we're posting content, it feels like, oh, maybe I'm not like majority of the time people should actually like question your what you're posting or like whatever
yeah.
you're saying because they shouldn't not everybody should relate to your content because if your
No,
content
like,
about entrepreneurship and stuff like this, then it's not gonna relate to everybody. It's not.
yeah, like I think this is a really big thing. Like, I think you cannot play as everyone. And by going through your life trying to play as everyone, you're just going to have a miserable life because you're always worrying about what people think. Like, you need to look at life like, who gives a fuck about what people think? And that's the way I look at it. Like, no one, like, you shouldn't care what other people think unless it's people that are in your core group that you really respect and you really have, like, you really will listen to if they like say, oh, do you know what? I don't think you should have posted this. I don't think you should have said this. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, all that outside noise, like, fuck all that shit. Like, it's not gonna, it's like, sometimes, yeah, it can be used as like constructive criticism. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if it's a genuine comment, use it and look at it and say, oh, well, maybe they are right. Or
there's
maybe
some truth
right.
behind some.
Yeah, like, yeah, no, there's, 100%. Like, there's people that will comment, like, let's call it a hate comment, but it's really just kind of just giving their opinion, like, which they're well entitled to. But then, like, you have people that just comment just random shit and just you can clearly see that it's just trying to tear you down. But at the end of the day, like, who gives a fuck about what they think? Do you know what I mean? Like I said, they're not paying their bills. They're not forwarding you in your journey where you want to get to. Like, I think that's, you really do need to have like a bulletproof mindset in anything you do, especially entrepreneurship. I've kind of realized that, and I'm still learning. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't really get affected by comments, but sometimes I do. Do you know what I mean? Like, and like everyone does, because we're all human at the end of the day. But I really do think you need to develop that like bulletproof mindset and just like, just not see, like, here's one for you, right? Don't, like, if you're gonna look at the negative comments and you're gonna like be affected by the negative comments, don't look at the positive comments and don't get affected by the positive comments. Because if you get affected by the positive comments, the negative comments will affect you even more. Do you know what I mean? So try not look at anything like that. Like, if you're looking at positive 100%. Comments, look at the negative as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. That's why, like, I recently, it's just like not putting anything in pedestal, bro. Like, even if it's a positive thing, negative thing, don't put it in pedestal. Like, they preach you like, good job, do this, but you need to treat it the same way as you're gonna treat the negative. Because if you don't want to get affected by the negative, you gotta not get affected by the positive as well.
Yeah.
So no, 100%, you're right on spot there, bro.
100%, bro. Like, if you're not gonna listen to the positive, you can't listen to the negative. Or if you're not gonna listen to the negative, you can't listen to the positive.
100%.
It's so true. Like,
but a lot of people is like, why? Like, but aren't you reinforcing like positive thoughts in your head or something like that? Or
like, obviously, like, it's nice to have a fucking positive comment. So, man, it should always be positive. Like, being positive is what's gonna get you there anyway. Like, with anything in life, but like, you can't look at the positive comments and not look at the negative comments. Like, you need to just block out. Either what to do is either block it out totally, completely, or look at them both as pros and cons. Like, look at everything in life as a pro and a con. Like, there's a pro that, oh yeah, this video might have helped this person, but there's a con of this person has like this opinion. I should really look at that and see, are they right or wrong? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a decent way to look at it, and I think it can really help you like forward yourself and like level up even more because you're taking both sides of the story on board. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna play as everyone though. You know what I mean? You can't play as everyone.
No, for sure. That's why, like, when posting a content, you shouldn't over analyze on what you're gonna post, just because like there's so many things that goes into it, and eventually you'll find your audience and just post it, and then at the end of the day, you'll always get hate comments, bro.
Exactly. Like, here's an example for you, like someone that's really like popped off on TikTok, like, you know, that guy Spade. Like, Spade, you know that fella Spade on TikTok?
No, bro. Who is this guy?
Bro, you need to look him up. You'll definitely realize you'll realize who I'm talking about. I think everyone watching will know who I'm talking about.
What's his name? Speed.
Speed.
Oh, Speed. I Show Speed, bro.
Yeah.
Of course, man. I know I Show Speed.
Yeah, that's what I was. See, there you go. Bro. But like, look at him as a prime. Bro. But look at him as a prime example. Like, so many people will call him weird. Do you know what I mean? So many people call him strange, all this kind of stuff. And then so many people say he's so funny, like me and you would say.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that's like number one example. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just puts out whatever he feels is right for himself. Do you know what I mean? And he doesn't care.
Now, bro.
But he doesn't care though. And that's, he's like, he's genuinely so authentic. Do you know what I mean? And people were asked in interviews after that like charity match, and they said, like, what is he really like though? Is he actually like that? Like, do you know what I mean? And everyone has said he's genuinely like that. Like, and that's what that's what not a lot of people have that he has, like, is authenticity and genuine, like just being themselves. You need to just be yourself, because at the end of the day, no one can copy you. John?
No, 100%. No one can copy you for sure. I think that's another thing I'm working on. I feel like I always preach
Oh, don't
three.
worry.
It's like three main things I always say is you need to be authentic, you need to bring value, and you need your content to be relatable. That's like my three
Yeah.
pillars of always, right?
Yeah.
But like even me, I'm guilty of like I feel like I'm not fully authentic yet. Like I could be
Yeah.
more, I could do more always, or just project my who I am truly in the camera. I try to always remind myself on that, but like sometimes I get catch on the groove or like this lost in
Yeah.
the sauce, and like
Yeah.
okay, when I watch back the video, is that really me, or am I projecting somebody else to
Yeah.
be portrayed?
Yeah. No,
Somewhere?
I think that's true, but I think at the end of the day, like it all depends on what you want to let people know about you personally. Do you know what I mean? Like for me, especially like like no one knows like me personally. Like they know like Jay from TikTok, or they know Jay from Instagram, or they know Jay like that has a marketing agency, but they don't know like say what my girlfriend would know or like my sister would know. Do you know what I mean? But that's just something that I wouldn't put out into the universe because I don't want, like, it's crazy. Like social media is the just pure like root of all evil, man. It's crazy. Like it's all about what people think. Like you're showing people what you want people to see. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? On
Yeah,
social media, it's all about what people are showing you. They don't show you all the bad times. They don't show you all the shit they've been through.
yeah.
They only show you the good stuff and like all the kind of stuff that you would compare yourself to. And then you look at yourself and like, oh well, I'm not as far
It's
ahead as they
brutal,
are.
bro.
But
It's
in reality,
yeah,
everyone is fucked up as you are. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, 100%. It's sometimes it can portray you to like a different image, and like that's why I like what you said. Speed is a good example. He shows the good and the bad,
Yeah.
and literally all his thoughts. He
Man, the
speaks
fella is
what his thoughts
crazy, but
is.
he's crazy. He's so good though. Like I think you need a lot more people like that that just do not care.
I don't know too if you know who Andrew Tate is. Is the same guy?
Yeah, man.
Is this That's a good example too. Like I don't know what's your thoughts about him, but
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's killed the internet. He's taken over the internet. Like, and
yeah,
no one can take that from him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't
yeah.
have any social media. Like, he didn't have any TikTok, and the fella was like blowing up on the platform. Do you know what I
And
mean?
everybody's
Like,
copying his strategy now too, bro.
oh man, he has everyone on the ropes. Do you know what I mean? He had the whole world on ropes at one point. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's
Yeah,
so controversial though. Like, some of the things that no, majority of the things I actually do agree with him. And I
yeah,
think that a lot of things get taken out of context. And I think that's a really big thing online. A lot
yeah,
of things get like taken out. They don't see the full story. And it's only like,
yeah,
it's so easy to take the bad stuff out of like stories now. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. No,
And put it
100%.
online, and then it can just blow up and it can ruin someone. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
see it loads of times. You see a countless amount of times.
a lot of
All these like
times. Yeah.
say these influencers or these famous people, and something comes out that happened like years and years and years ago, and it ruins the
Mhm.
career. Do you know what I mean? I think especially
Yeah.
now, like as you get bigger on the online space, you really need to tiptoe around on what you're saying and what you're
Man,
doing, because
it's scary, bro. Because the come up, like you'd start, like you forgot. Oh shoot, I had I had a video of this up.
yeah,
Like a friend of yours posted a video, and then now you're
yeah.
all the way at the top, and then they see that video, and then it spreads. It's nuts, bro.
It is nuts. It is really nuts. But like no, listen, the fella, there's no if but about it. The fella has made money. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you can't say
Yeah,
he hasn't. Like, you cannot say that all that stuff is rented unless it's fucking he's paying someone. You would have to have loads of money to even rent that stuff. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So like you can't say he hasn't made any money. He is, and now
yeah.
even with that Hustlers University, the fella is making millions a month, like
I'm
millions.
pretty. I think at one point he was probably making like 3.5 million per month on the whole
Like
thing, bro.
like some people don't even see that in their lifetime ever.
Yeah.
Like
He was making it per
that's
month, and then that's not even including his other businesses. It was nuts,
no,
bro.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. But I kind of want to wrap this up. I just want to ask, I want to ask you a few more questions. But
Yeah,
what do you
perfect.
want to be remembered for? Let's say like everything's all said and done.
Ooh. Um,
What do you want to be remembered
what do
for?
I want to be remembered for? I think I want to be remembered for someone that just like gave it their all. Do you know what I mean? I just went for it. and just didn't give a fuck about what other people thought, and just like focused on who he had in his circle, and made sure they had everything they needed and all that kind of stuff, and like looked after people, you know. I know it's getting really deep, like, but it's the truth, do you know what I mean? Like, I think you do need to look after who your people are, do you know what I mean? And look after
Yeah.
your people, and just do everything you can to leave a lasting impression. Like I said to you, like, so many people go through so much different things, you know what I mean? And they just don't leave an imprint that they should, like, do you know what I mean? They don't share what they've been through, or they don't, because you have to remember, like, that you don't know how many people are going through the same stuff you are, do you know what I mean? Or going through worse. Like, if, like, I guarantee you, right? If everyone had problems, like, so say you get all these bunch of people and you got into a room and you put on your problems in a pile, you would take your problems and you would take them back and run as fast as you fucking could. Like, do you know what I mean? So I think you need to look at always how lucky you are and how fortunate you are that you're in the position that you're in now. And like, and always be grateful. Like, and I think that's a big thing for me now that I'm learning. Like, I've learned, so this year has definitely been a life changing year for me personally, on a personal level, business level, everything. Like, I've seen so much like positive stuff, like, and it's now, like, I knew it was possible, I knew it was going to happen, I knew all this kind of stuff, but I just didn't know how. And now I've seen that, and now I'm kind of laser focused on what I need to do and how I'm going to get there. So it's good. Like, everything that you go through in life is either, it's a, like they say, it's a blessing or it's a lesson. Do you know what I mean? And it really is. Yeah. Like, and I think that, like, take everything with a pinch of salt. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't always believe everything you see, especially with social media and all. Like everyone will put out their best life. Do you know what I mean? Social media is not real. It's all about, like,
it's artificial. It's
so artificial, mate. It's people showing you what they want to show. And it, like, I made a video a couple of months ago when I first started TikTok, and it was like, what was it? It actually did well. This one, like, I used to just talk on the camera. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. If you go back and, like, I don't delete any of the videos because I want people to see, like, no one gives a fuck about you. True, well and truly, like, you know what I mean? Like, just post. And it was like that. Everyone is showing this flash car, this big house, this luxury kind of stuff, and in reality, the car is probably rented. The clothes are probably fake.
That's what sells, though, man. That's what sells.
It does, though. But it does. Like, everyone is so influenced by all this luxury and all that kind of stuff. But when you really take it out of it, like, what do you have? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you really made all this money, if you really, really made all this money, you wouldn't be like selling people a fucking $10 ebook.
Yeah, no.
Like, why would you want to make $10? Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, you might make a couple of grand, but in the grand scheme of things, if you're really earning money, it's not going to be $10. It's going to be.
That's why I don't know if you saw what's that called? Like, how Alex Hormozi does it. He literally gives it all away, and
he gives it away for free, and that is the bit. Like, this, that's got what goes back to. Remember, I said it about a mentor. Like, if someone has really, really made it, they will give that information away for free.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing, man. He's like, I've read his book and all. I've read like everything that he has. It's fucking brilliant. And it is, like I said, I only read that this year, and it's changed my whole.
If you want to save $5,000 on mentorship, just read that book, bro.
Read 100 million offers, and I guarantee it's the best thing you'll ever buy. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Another thing, give me 3 morals that you stand by. Like, 3 morals that you stand by that you never break.
It's gonna be hard because I fucking say that I stand by all these things and then I go and break them. No, what I would, if it was me and I had to look at myself and I was saying, like, yeah, what my mom was, be yourself. And I know that's very hard for people. Do you know what I mean? It's still hard for me, but if I had to really say, like, 3 morals, be yourself, be true to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, that would be true to yourself and be true to it. Look at the destination. Don't always look at the journey. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously the journey, enjoy the journey, all that kind of stuff. A lot of entrepreneurs, when they really do like make it, they say that they wish that they would have had to enjoy the journey. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think all of us are so focused on the destination, but we don't enjoy the journey. But I think to enjoy the journey, you need to see the destination. Do you know what I mean? You need to see what's ahead and how you're going to get there. And then number 3 would be just stop making excuses and just go and get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you only have one life at the end of the day. Like, what is stopping you? Do you know what I mean? You've nothing stopping you. Just stop fucking making excuses saying you don't have time, and you genuinely do. You need to put everything you have into it, and just, it will happen if you put in the work. And that's it. Work hard and it'll happen. That's moral number 3.
All right, man. Appreciate your time. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure, bro.
It was nice talking with you. It was the first time, I appreciate your time and your sharing your story in this podcast. But where can they find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, jcabinet7, TikTok, jcabinet7. All my handles are jcabinet7. And then obviously my marketing agency is Cabinet Media. And you can find it on my own Instagram, on my TikTok. And that's really it. I'm on LinkedIn, but don't connect me on that because I never use it. Do you know what I mean? I
All
never
right.
use it. I'm not
All right,
fucking
man.
40-year-old.
I appreciate your time, and
Thank you
that's it for
so much,
today's
bro.
podcast episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do, let me know and leave a comment. Hit up Jay, me, tell us something what you found valuable in it. But yeah, that's it for this podcast episode. Hope you guys have a great one.